Hi, welcome back. This is Islet Money 365, a Brown Financial Solutions podcast where we share inspiring stories of triumph, struggles, and perseverance, particularly from the immigrant community and first and second generation individuals like myself. At Brown Financial Solutions, we sow the seed of financial freedom, helping individuals gain financial stability through practical money management and mindset change. So I'm your host, Petra-Ann Brown, and today we're diving into a crucial topic, very important topic for me, especially that impacts everyone's financial journey, and that's the importance of saving. So, hey, come with me. Let's get to it. I know savings might not be the most glamorous thing when it comes to personal financial journey, right? We'll talk about wealth building, we'll talk about stocks, investment. You know, whenever our potential clients come to me and talk about consultation, they want to talk about building wealth. I'm like, that's great. That's great. No, we can do that. How much do you have in your savings? And like, nothing. How much debt do you have? And it's been this big number. I'm like, well, let's get back to the foundation. Let's get back to the basics, right? We got to build a strong foundation in order to build wealth, in order to get and to be financially secure and get in a place where you feel confident, have that peace of mind and relax when it comes to your finances. So why is saving so important, right? Undeniably, I think saving is one of the most important pillars of financial stability and security and the peace of mind that everybody wants. I really believe that saving is one of the most important pillars to that. And today we're going to explore why saving money is essential, how it can impact your financial stability, and practical tips to help you start or improve your savings habit. What I want you to think about, though, when I think about savings, whenever I talk about savings, I always break it down in 3 sections. I would say, okay, let's think about the main components. We talk about emergency fund. That's money set aside for whenever life hit you unexpectedly. And we have short-term savings. We're talking about we want to go to a concert this summer. We want to hang out, with some friends, go to a weekend getaway, short-term. And talking about long-term savings. So you're talking about your retirement in the future. We're talking about probably want to buy a home in a few years. Probably want to talk about taking a whole 3 months vacation. I don't know. We have those long-term savings goals, buying a new car in a couple of years. So those things is important for us to think about and separate different categories into saving. I think it's important to do that. The reason being, it helps us when we are in our planning, right? And help us keep us on track. So first, let's talk about why saving money is so important. Saving money serves as the foundation to financial stability, as I mentioned before. Without savings, even minor financial hiccups can become major setbacks. As I tell my clients all the time, it's not a matter of if it's going to rain, but a matter of when it's going to rain and how hard it's going to rain, right? So you better have that umbrella. My mother-in-law have a pocketbook there that it's like that Harry Potter pocketbook, in the last one where and everything, she'd have put everything in there, anything that she needed, she had it in that little bag. Well, that's her. Any situation we're in, whenever she's with us, she can pull out, a Neosporin, she can pull out umbrella, pancho. There's no bottom to that bag. The kids have fun going in there to see what they can find. Honestly, it's like a pharmacy or grocery market, everything in one side. That's what I want you to think of your emergency fund and think of your savings. It is that bucket that should anything arise will cover you no matter what. Because think about it, right? Imagine facing unexpected expenses like a car repair, like a tire blowout or something, medical bills, anything like that. Imagine that. For example, this year my dryer went. Unexpected expense, right? And I had a leak in my basement. So at least, while I didn't want to spend the money or I didn't want to be bothered with that situation, my first thought did not go to crap. I have no money to take care of this. My first thought went to honesty, was like, okay, it's an inconvenience. My clothes is really wet. Let's go out and buy a dryer. So it was amazing because in that moment, I looked at my husband after I said those words. I was like, oh my goodness, a few years ago, I would have been like in crisis mode. Now I'm like, all right, let's go to scratch and dent. We're not buying it brand new. We're not buying those things from the store. Now we go to scratch and dent and get those appliances. You should too. Save you a lot of money just for a little dent. It was amazing to see that mindset change. I'm like, okay, let's go get it versus I'm in crisis mode. So that's what emergency savings does. It take you from that crisis mode to help you to think right? And this is why emergency fund is so important, because life comes at you fast, unexpectedly, and you need to be ready in some way. Let's talk about how you start the emergency fund, right? Well, it's a dedicated amount of money that needs to be set aside for for your emergency fund. Experts say 3 to 6 months, which is, I agree. 3 to 6 months is a good rule of thumb. How do you get that? You need to add up all your expenses for a particular month, times that by 3 or times it by 6. The simple, dirty, and you can figure it out. Sometimes look to see if you have those anomalies where you get those every quarter kind of situation, that bill or anything like that. But we just talk about the bare necessities. We're not talking about self-care, any of that kind of stuff. I don't put that in my calculate that in my emergency fund calculation. I'm talking about bare necessities to survive. Should you lose your job? Should you have to stop working for any reason? Or you'll get sick and can't work? Anything like that would affect your income. That's what you're looking to do. The 7 rules I will tell you to use as your guide are, once again, savings should be at least 2 to 6 months. Set savings goal that works for you, not for anybody else. Your goal, your amount. Create a plan for savings and create a rule to live by to achieve your savings goal. Those are the rules I will use as your guiding post for that. And the reason why I say that is because when people think about their savings, they're looking at it as, oh, it's a backup plan. If they can't afford food at grocery market, it's a backup plan. No. It is not a backup plan. Your savings is not a backup plan. It's not that. So if you live by those rules or you use those rules as a guiding post, then you set parameters around your savings, right? For example, setting a goal that works for you. If you're saying that, look, right now, 3 to 6 months is not possible. I am living paycheck to paycheck. I can't do that. That's fine. Start small. Say, you know what? I want to save up $2,000. Fine. Let's break that down by monthly or weekly. How can I manage this? Maybe I can set aside $50 a week or bi-weekly. Maybe I can set aside $100 a month, because every little bit that you add will increase your cushion as the month goes by, as the week go by. And that's all that you need. You don't have to have this huge number. It can be daunting. Let's be real, right? If you have nothing right now and you're like, oh, I need to build up my emergency fund. I know it's important, but I don't know where to start. I don't have any money. I'm barely covering my bills. But it's like, oh, put away $5. And be like, I don't have $5. Come on, just start. So I just want you to start somewhere. All right. So set that saving goal that you want to work towards. Write it down. Say, okay, I want to do $2,000. I can't do the full 3 months or 6 months, but I'll put 2,000 or even 500. You know what? I want 500 in my savings. If I see that, because I've never even had that in my savings, that'd be great. Right. And then you create a plan for it. How are you going to get that $500 in there? All right. But savings, as I mentioned before, is not only for emergency. That's just dealing with the emergency part. Remember, we talk about long-term and short-term savings. So savings also provide opportunities, right? Whether it's buying a home, starting a business, or furthering education. Having savings allow you to seize opportunities without relying heavily on credit. So, for example, we wanted to renovate our home, our kitchen more specifically. And when we bought the home 10 years ago, we noticed something that we wanted to do. And we saved up. We saved up for 10 years. Honestly, my husband even went and got a second part-time job at a grocery market just to help, so we can move it faster along. But we put money away, chip at it, and say, okay. And then this year we finally, or was it last year? Was it this year? We finally completed the kitchen and get it the way we want it. We didn't have to cut corners. We just got it the way we wanted. So, and if you want to buy a home, so for home improvements, it doesn't have to take 10 years like we did, but we're going through our debt-free journey and a lot of things like that. So, and we had kids in between all of that. So we have to reallocate the money sometimes, but it's neither here or there. So whether they want to start a business or, get further education, these are all things that you can save up for. List them in short-term or long-term categories and put away money to do so. All right. So how do you start? How do you start to build your savings, right? Set clear goals. I just mentioned that. Set clear goals. Identify what you're saving for. Why are you saving? You're not have money just sit there to look at to be pretty. Money should be working for you. So why are you saving? Whether it's for emergency fund, a vacation, a down payment, a house, having this goal and knowing what you're saving for will keep you motivated, right? You can put it in a credit union. You can put it in a high yield savings account. A high yield savings account give you a better return on your money, and it's compound daily. We like compounding, people. and it's daily. All right. Better than what the regular banks are giving you. So if you're okay having an online bank, I would research. You can go to bankrate.com, research the various higher interest account. They give it what the different rates are. All right. Or you can just go to your credit union and see what they are providing you for a savings account, right? I will also say create a budget. Yes, the god awful word budget. A budget helps you understand where your money is going, right? Identify ways or identify areas, I should say, where you can cut back. So if you take your expenses, print out 3 months worth of your accounts, checking accounts, savings accounts, all your bank accounts, credit card statements, print out 3 months worth of that and review it line by line, see where your money is going, see what you can cut back. You might find items like, oh, I still have this being taken out. I thought I canceled this subscription. Call them up immediately because you're still in the mindset, right? Still in the frame of mind. Call them, hey, this was canceled. Why is the money still coming out? And can I have a refund, right? Or you might say, I barely watch. I have like 10 subscriptions. I barely watch all these. Which one can I get rid of? Which one do I really need that would benefit the family and myself or probably the guilty pleasure that I want, right? And get rid of the rest. So, and that's money you could be putting back into your pocket. And I said, putting back into your pocket. Now that you're putting that back into your pocket, guess what? You can take that funds and put it into your savings. No, you do not need the money. Reason being, you were living without the money before, right? So know that you put that back into your pocket, you can take that money and put it into your savings. All right. You can also allocate a portion of your paycheck, right? In terms of when you're creating your budget, to say, okay, I get this much a month or bi-weekly or weekly, I'm going to send $50 over to my savings account every month. That is fine, right? Or you can have your employer send the money directly to your savings account so you don't even see it to begin with. And they take the work out of it for you, right? We don't like friction as human beings. We really don't like friction. So anything that you can automate, and if you can automate, one of the biggest things I like to automate is your saving. I think that's a recipe for success. So yes, one way to do it is by creating a budget, exactly see what's coming in, see what's going out, and then make plans accordingly for the money that you have. And this is also considered paying yourself first, right? When you take your savings out before you even start spending, that's considered paying yourself first. Paying yourself first should be a non-negotiable bill, right? Look at it as a non-negotiable bill. It is what it is. It must be done no matter what. And those automatic payments that we're talking about, those automatic transfers, that'll make your life a lot easier. Not only that, but you be, when it's done automatic like that, you're tempted not to spend it because you never seen it to begin with. One way you could also build up your savings and create categories is also to go to your bank, and you can create subcategories within your bank account. If you don't want to do that, you can ask your bank, go to your bank, and they can tell you how to do it. But it's online. You can do it through your app, or you can do it on your desktop. Either way, through your banking platform, and that way help you to keep organized. If you create those subcategories, you can say, okay, this one is emergency fund, this one's for long-term savings, this one's for short-term savings, or whatever category that you want to put it. This is for you. For me, in my budget, I have kids' activities, and that covers anything that they want to do, like any sports or clubs they want to join, any birthday parties, because my kids he was in 2nd grade, he's going to 3rd grade now, oh my goodness. And my other son is now going to kindergarten, so he was in preschool, and we got invitation to a lot of birthday parties. So all that's on the kids' activity. And when that money runs out, guess what? It's done. We're not going anywhere. We're not joining anything. We're not doing anything. So a lot of kids do camps in the summer. That could be a category that's under there. Transportation. I know we need oil change. We know we need gas. We know all the things. You don't have to create a category for everything. Gas. Got to create a category for car repair. I just put it all in transportation. So I know that bucket is your transportation. That's the way to keep it simple and less of a headache for you as well, if that helps, right? Find ways to increase your income. Boosting your income too will give you the extra money you need to jumpstart that savings, right? Whether it's through a side hustle, freelancing, or asking for a raise at work, just think about it. And once you get it, just put that extra income straight into your savings. Whatever you get, whenever I get a raise at work, I put some in my savings and I put some in my retirement account. That's what I do because I'm living without it now, right? So why not make it work for me? Whether in my retirement account or into my savings account. So think about it. think about all the things. Or you know what? You can even use technology to help you to jumpstart that savings too. There are numerous apps out there that help you to save money. There are saving challenges. I like saving challenges. My clients who I give saving challenges to enjoy it. Okay, sometimes you just need to make it more fun. This money thing can be a bit daunting. So you can make it a little bit of fun. So, put some challenges, challenge yourself. Like, okay, I'm gonna save $10, in the next 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. Just challenge yourself to do that thing. But the thing is that the most important thing in all of this is that, or I should say the key to be successful in savings is consistency. And that is why I try to hammer home automation, because if you automatically set up your savings account to take the money out of your checking account to your savings, or for your employer to directly deposit into your savings account, it's being done every paycheck, right? Consistent. You have nothing to do with you. You can go about your life. You got to think about it outside, out of mind. So it's not about how much you save at once, right? But about building a habit of saving regularly. And that's what I want you to do, to save regularly, make it a habit. Over time, these small contributions will add up and provide you with the financial security and peace of mind that you are seeking. Also, I should be very clear. You have different savings, right? We talk about, once again, long-term, short-term, and your emergency fund. Your emergency fund does not exist. What do I mean by that? Meaning that if you forgot to pay a bill, meaning that if you want to go dinner with your girlfriends and you have no money in your regular savings or your checking account, no, you cannot go to your emergency fund. Emergency fund is for really when life happens to you, when there's no other alternative and there's no way out, right? That's when you use the emergency fund. I want you to think of it as it's in a box or locked away and the key is thrown away. You can't get to it. It doesn't exist. And if someone have an emergency, that is not your emergency. I know it sounds cruel, but family members' emergency, friends' emergency is not your emergency. So if I have family members or friends that say they want to borrow money, if I have money in my checking account and I have it, I will lend it. But I am not touching my emergency fund to lend to others. No. That's a big no. All right. So your emergency, you do not touch it. It is off limits. It is not a backup plan. Like I mentioned before, don't touch it at all. And, my grandmother, and that's something my grandmother always taught me too. And because, as a woman, and she'd been through a lot, her story is absolutely amazing. I love listening to her story. It's hard sometimes to listen to it. But that's one thing she told me. She was like, no matter what, just make sure you have your savings. Just make sure you have your savings, because that's what's going to keep you financially afloat for when the hard times hit. Now, is your savings going to build your wealth? No, we're not talking about wealth building here. We're talking about having a financial cushion for when life happened to you. We're talking about planning for things that you want to do in the future to make sure you can cover it and not go on credit. That's what we're talking about. So, I know we want to take a vacation once a year. That's our thing, whether it's locally or internationally. We want our family, we work very hard to get out of debt. We're like, this is one of the reasons why we work so hard to get our financial lives in order, so that we can expose the children to different cultures and different parts of the world. So we want to go, even here in the United States, explore the US, because the US is very beautiful. So we want to save money for that, for our vacation once a year, right? And we do that. And it is a great experience to see the kids just enjoying themselves and knowing, sometimes we just look at my husband, and like, my goodness, a few years ago, we had to put all this on credit card. We'd have put it all on credit card without thinking twice. Now we can enjoy a vacation, paid in full, no stress, go back home and not have to worry about a bill, right? So as immigrants and children of immigrants, many of us have witnessed firsthand the struggles and sacrifices our families made to provide us with better opportunities, right? We know, we've seen it, we know your experiences. So by prioritizing savings, I think we honor their efforts and ensure that we too can create a stable and prosperous future for ourselves and our family. As I said, savings is one of the financial pillars. And in future episodes, we're going to talk about debt. We're going to talk about all those other pillars that we need to address. But I always like talking about savings, because I feel like even if you want to pay off debt, it doesn't make sense if you start paying off debt and then have nothing in savings, because when life happens to you again, guess what? It's going to go back in debt. So that's why I always thought of a savings. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for being with me or joining me this episode on I Like Money 365. Once again, I hope you enjoyed these insights and helpful tips. are inspired to take steps towards building your savings. Remember, financial security starts with small, consistent effort. All right? Small, consistent effort. Don't try to say, I'm going to save $20,000. You don't have to go that big. Start small. Start with a penny. Doesn't matter. Start where you are at. That's what's the most important thing. So if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. And please stay tuned for more inspiring stories and practical financial tips. But until next time, remember, keep your money IRA. Wait, hold on there. My beautiful people, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. We are here every second and fourth Sunday of the month. Also, the information for our guests can be found in the show notes. So what you waiting for? Wanna subscribe?